soft whistling through the rain and pine, before the train appears in time. Before the train appeared from mist, the station roof was wet and still. The rails were dark with mountain rain, and dawn had barely touched the hill. One traveler held a suitcase close, another watched the track in hush. The benches drank the silver drops, and all the world was damp and slow. A dim light burned behind the glass. The ticket window held its glow, as if it knew what once a year would come and go, and no one speak. The fog leaned low across the line. The lantern swung without a sound, and every board and iron nail seemed waiting for a secret wait. Before the train appeared at all, the rain had already made the call. On roof and rail, on coat and hand, on all the boards beside the land. Before the train came through the gray, the station seemed to hold its breath, as if the world knew something old was coming softly with the rain. No whistle yet, no wheel, no light, only the track gone into white. Only the travelers standing near, like figures carved from weathered thought. Their long faces turned to mist, their scarves grew dark, their eyes stayed bright, and still they waited without fear, as if the waiting was the trip. Some journeys start before they start, in dripping roofs and quiet hearts, in the way a platform learns to listen for what never hurries. Before the train appeared at all, the rain had already made the call. On roof and rail, on coat and hand, on all the boards beside the land. Before the train came through the gray, the station seemed to hold its breath, as if the world knew something old was coming softly with the rain. Soft whistling through the mountain air, before the train is really there. The train came in without a cry, just lamps inside the rain and white, just windows glowing gold and small, like moving houses in the storm. They climbed aboard with quiet hands, shook the wet from sleeves and hats, and inside all the wood and brass felt warmer than the world had been. Watch the steam rise near the glass. One sat close beside the pane, where raindrops slowly made their paths. The carriage breathed with lamp and wood, with old red seats and polished rail. And outside all the blurred wet trees ran softly backward into fog. Tea by the rain window glows, warm against the mountain cold, and every drop upon the glass feels like a little passing world. Tea by the rain window stays, soft inside the traveling day, while all the wet and silent land slides away without a word. One traveler touched the fogged up pane, drew a line that vanished fast. Another smiled into the cup as if the heat itself could speak. No one rushed to fill the air, no one needed much to say. The train kept moving through the rain like thought through sleep, or light through cloth. Some rooms are made of brick and wall, some move through weather carrying warmth. And when the rain leans on the glass, they feel more true than any home. Tea by the rain window glows, warm against the mountain cold, and every drop upon the glass feels like a little passing world. Tea by the rain window stays, soft inside the traveling day, while all the wet and silent land slides away without a word. And in the cup and moving rain, the world grew smaller, then more kind. The train came in without a cry, just lamps inside the rain and white, just windows glowing gold and small, like moving houses in the storm. They climbed aboard with quiet hands, shook the wet from sleeves and hats, and inside all the wood and brass felt warmer than the world had been. One poured tea into a cup, watched the steam rise near the glass. One sat close beside the pane, where raindrops slowly made their paths. The carriage breathed with lamp and wood, with old red seats and polished rail, and outside all the blurred wet trees ran softly backward into fog. Tea by the rain, window glows, warm against the mountain cold, and every drop upon the glass feels like a little passing world. Tea by the rain, window stays soft inside the traveling day, while all the wet and silent land slides away without a word. One traveler touched the fogged up pane, drew a line that vanished fast. Another smiled into the cup, as if the heat itself could speak. No one rushed to fill the air, no one needed much to say. The train kept moving through the rain, like thought through sleep, or light through cloth. Some rooms are made of brick and walls, some move through weather carrying warmth, and when the rain leans on the glass, they feel more true than any home. Tea by the rain, window glows, warm against the mountain cold, and every drop upon the glass feels like a little passing world. Tea by the rain, window stays soft inside the traveling day, while all the wet and silent land slides away without a word. And in the cup and moving rain, the world grew smaller and more kind. The train went on through fields and pines, through tunnels wet with echoing stone, then slowed beside a little sign no one had ever seen before. The station stood beneath the rain, too small to matter, yet it stayed, with one dim lamp and shuttered room, and flowers growing through the track. The travelers watched without a word, their faces lit by passing gold, as if the place had always been, and only rain had kept it hid. Then once again the wheels moved on, the station folded into fog, and all that stayed was one warm thought, that somewhere many worlds still wait. The stations no one knows are there, hidden in the folds of rain, with one old bench, one lamp, one name, too soft to hear above the rail. The stations no one knows remain between the tunnels and the fields, and if you pass them slowly enough, they open like a hand in mist. One traveler wrote it in a book, another only watched the glass. One closed his eyes as if to keep that little place from falling back. The train crossed over bridges, then through forest blurred like painted cloth, and every mile felt less like road than pages turned by weathered hands. Not every world asks to be found, some only show when rain is kind, when windows glow and wheels move slow enough to let the hidden in. The stations no one knows are there, hidden in the folds of rain, with one old bench, one lamp, one name, too soft to hear above the rail. The stations no one knows remain between the tunnels and the fields, and if you pass them slowly enough, they open like a hand in mist. And as the train moved into gray, the little station stayed behind. Then evening gathered on the glass, and someone lit the little lamps. The carriage turned to amber wood inside the long blue breathing rain. The tunnel came, then took the light, then gave it back in softer form, as if the train itself had learned to carry night without a sound. A traveler drew in a notebook the curve of lamp against the pane. Another leaned his head to sleep, still holding hat and folded scarf. The corridor was warm and narrow, the floor hummed low beneath the feet, and all the little brass and wood seemed made for weather such as this. Lantern carriage through the tunnel, warm inside the mountain dark, carrying cups and tired hands, carrying silence like a song. Lantern carriage through the rain, soft against the glass and grain, till every shadow in the wood feels gentle, glowing and alive. One looked out and saw a flare, a chapel light beyond the trees. Then it vanished in the black, before it could become a place. The train kept going without strain, a moving room of tea and rain, and all the faces in that glow looked nearer than they had by day. Some nights are not for roads or speech, but for the hum beneath the floor, for lamps that turn a passing train into a small and floating home. Lantern carriage through the tunnel, warm inside the mountain dark, carrying cups and tired hands, carrying silence like a song. Lantern carriage through the rain, soft against the glass and grain, till every shadow in the wood feels gentle, glowing and alive. And in the tunnels breathing black, the train carried its lantern heart. Then evening gathered on the glass, and someone lit the little lamps. The carriage turned to amber wood inside the long blue breathing rain. The tunnel came, then took the light, then gave it back in softer form, as if the train itself had learned to carry night without a sound. A traveler drew in a notebook the curve of lamp against the pane. Another leaned his head to sleep, still holding hat and folded scarf. The corridor was warm and narrow, the floor hummed low beneath the feet, and all the little brass and wood seemed made for weather such as this. Lantern carriage through the tunnel, warm inside the mountain dark, carrying cups and tired hands, carrying silence like a song. soft against the glass and grain, till every shadow in the wood feels gentle glowing and alive. One looked out and saw a flare, a chapel light beyond the trees. Then it vanished in the black before it could become a place. The train kept going without strain, a moving room of tea and rain, and all the faces in that glow looked nearer than they had by day. Some nights are not for roads or speech, but for the hum beneath the floor, for lamps that turn a passing train into a small and floating home. Lantern carriage through the tunnel, warm inside the mountain dark, carrying cups and tired hands, carrying silence like a song. Lantern carriage through the rain, soft against the glass and grain, till every shadow in the wood feels gentle glowing and alive. And in the tunnels breathing black, the train carried its lantern heart. At last the train grew slow again, the lamp still warm, the windows dim, and through the glass the platform came, back out of rain and mountain breath. One traveler stood with suitcase near, another held the empty cup. The door opened onto mist, as softly as a page is turned. They stepped back down into the cold, the boards still wet, the rails still dark, and all the station looked the same, yet not the same as it had been. The train remained a moment more, like something thinking in the fog, then moved away without a sound, and left its gold inside the rain. When the train went back to fog, the station kept its little glow. The boards, the roof, the dripping line all held the shape of what had passed. When the train went back to mist, the travelers stood and did not speak, as if some part of them still moved inside the lamps and rain and wood. No crowd, no bell, no final wave, just lantern breath and wet old stone, a suitcase, scarf, and quiet track, and one more year before the next. A little light behind the glass burns softer than it had at dawn, as if the station knew the train would come again when rain was right. Not every journey asks to stay. Some leave their warmth and go away, and make the world that waits behind more tender for a little while. When the train went back to fog, the station kept its little glow. The boards, the roof, the dripping line all held the shape of what had passed. When the train went back to mist, the travelers stood and did not speak, as if some part of them still moved inside the lamps and rain and wood. Soft whistling through the rainy air. The train is gone, but still is there. The train grew slow again, the lamps still warm, the windows dim, and through the glass the platform came back out of rain and mountain breath. One traveler stood with suitcase near, another held the empty cup. The door opened onto mist as softly as a page is turned. They stepped back down into the cold, the boards still wet, the rails still dark, and all the station looked the same, yet not the same as it had been. The train remained a moment more like something thinking in the fog, moved away without a sound and left its gold inside the rain. When the train went back to fog, the station kept its little glow. The boards, the roof, the dripping line all held the shape of what had passed. When the train went back to mist, the travelers stood and did not speak, as if some part of them still moved inside the lamps and rain and wood. No crowd, no bell, no final wave, just lantern breath and wet old stone, a suitcase, scarf, and quiet track, and one more year before the next. A little light behind the glass burned softer than it had at dawn, as if the station knew the train would come again when rain was right. Not every journey asks to stay. Some leave their warmth and go away, and make the world that waits behind more tender for a little while. When the train went back to fog, the station kept its little glow. The boards, the roof, the dripping line all held the shape of what had passed. When the train went back to mist, the travelers stood and did not speak, as if some part of them still moved inside the lamps and rain and wood. Soft whistling through the rainy air, the train is gone, but still is there.